you have draft resources on your draft page, which
Oh
is
yeah.
excellent and informative. But you have Draft Express, which I
Mm,
believe is done now because those guys moved to ESPN.
Yeah.
yep.
Although I still do use it. Mitchell Robinson, a second. For like Wingspan and stuff like that. But yeah,
Uh,
you, good point. Good point.
Steph
That
Curry
pissed me off
apparently
because they used
trending.
to be the best resource.
Yeah, I know.
Should I get rid of them?
Uh, I mean, it has like
Oh yeah,
information.
I'll leave it there. Yeah. But now maybe I'll add Tankathon. They've got some decent info sometimes.
Oh, let's see that message, Ian.
What message?
Is it a trade
Oh,
offer?
that. The only message I've got to read at the moment is this rating change batch from Walt
Wow.
that I need to do once the playoffs are finished.
What are you and Larry Bird talking about for Game
Oh,
4
Something
Memphis?
terrible.
oh my
Something
god.
bad.
Where's that, Larry?
No good can come of
It's
that.
just a little down, yeah. Game 4, Larry Bird, Houston, Memphis.
So Larry Bird's feeding you the results. You're
Oh
typing them
no,
into an Excel sheet.
I posted the wrong result. He told me.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Larry, keeping you on your up to date.
Yeah, man.
Can you hear
Yeah.
Can you hear James, by the way? I can't hear.
Do you want me to turn it up? Hang on.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. Maybe
I've
it's just
literally
mine.
moved the microphone to 1 inch from my mouth, so
Okay.
Okay. It sounds better now, actually.
I'm trying my best.
Let me just add Tankathon. Okay, this is the worst introduction to a DeFi podcast ever, really, because
Oh,
normally,
we're on right now?
yeah, I started the broadcast.
Oh,
Normally we go da na na da na na da na na, but
I mean, you could just delete it and
Yep.
start over.
where's the freak? I'm losing your shit. This is the opening music.
All right, well, you got to start over now. Is that a picture of Jared Montini when the draft results came in?
Oh, poor Jared. Well, now you know what my face looked like all those years I lost out. It was so painful. Yeah, did you guys see the video of when we hosted that? Let's have a look. You can see all the shit that I watch. Oh no.
Oh, did you post it?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's when I uploaded it twice. I think you have to skip about 4 minutes in because we had loads of intro, like we're doing now. Okay, yeah, this is pretty much it. I love my reaction because when I saw San Antonio, the
5
last
ping
pick,
pong balls. Oh my god.
I know 1 in 200 chance, and I just like you see my mouse on the screen, it just like froze. I was like, "What? That's ridiculous." We'll go to, and then what I did with this bit was I pressed delete and held down, just let it go
Honestly,
shooting through all of the names.
I'm just happy James didn't win. That's the thing I didn't want the
Oh,
most.
oh man, I really thought I
No,
might.
nothing personal, but that would have been way too powerful. Your team would have been way too
Seriously,
powerful if you had won.
I would have been super pissed as well.
I was uh I was really competing with you, Brian, at the end there.
Oh, I know. I was scared if I had lost the third lottery slot to you. Or
But
whatever.
then Washington just took over.
Yeah, I'm happy with pick number 3. I definitely wanted the top 3 of this draft. Beyond that,
You
I'm not a big a fan.
really? I feel like it's top 2 and then there's like 6 that I'll be into.
Let me
Well,
show you the spreadsheet. So you get an idea. Where is it? Which one did I use? This one.
we're adjusting the lottery odds, right, for next season with
Yeah,
along with the
I
NBA.
think we'll go in line with the NBA. So like one thing I don't think I should have explained and I never explained is like these like the team names down here, right? Um like the thing that creates the odds for it with this what's it called? Formula. Relates to this column. So like if you go down 250, you get to Phoenix eventually.
Yep.
and so on.
Oh,
And then Josh Barber made this for me originally. New Orleans.
with a nice little embedded advantage for Brooklyn, I'm sure.
Yeah, I seriously had to look for that just in case. Anyway, there you go. And then I just, yeah, cycle through. Who's going to get number one this time, guys? Who's going to do it?
Oh, I saw the
Oh.
Pelicans there.
Oh my god.
Someone-
Don't do this to us.
No, yeah, I shouldn't really, should I? Okay, get rid of that. Okay, so yeah, let's get organized. Should we? What did I say on the thing? I think I said to look at like each team individually.
I think that's a good idea.
Just check them out, see what we think of how they've done over the season.
A little off-season preview.
Yeah, and then yes, what we think is going to happen in the future as well. What else did Jay-Z say to do? Perhaps we'll just come back to the stuff Jay-Z said. He had some good things to say.
He did.
We could try to pick out some of these free agent signings. A lot of good free agents this year. It's a pretty strong year.
You think? I don't know. It's like, let's have a look.
I think there are a lot of bird right people, but I still think it's pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, Giannis is going to be the big one.
Oh yeah, how are you guys gonna do a committee for that one also?
Yeah,
as
without,
usual?
I mean, no matter what the decision, we'll make a committee for that one.
He's going to Charlotte.
He's going to Charlotte with what cap space?
He doesn't need
The cap space he gets when he doesn't re-sign Chris Middleton, when Chris Middleton joins the New Orleans Pelicans.
Oh
course.
my god.
That wouldn't even give me cap space, so.
Oh, that Ibaka
Yeah.
contract though.
Yeah, it's only 2 years more, so.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a good player anyway. What was I doing? So yeah, let's start with Atlanta showing. I kind of feel a bit bad for Atlanta this year because, like last year, they sucked it up completely, and were the worst team in the league, I think. And then they got Lonzo Ball, who was
Who's kind of a bust.
well, he's not. I don't know if you call him a bust because he was all right, but he's like, yeah, he's not going to carry that team, is he? But then this year, despite having not really improved,
Yeah, somehow they improved in the standings, and now they're only
Yeah.
the 9th pick.
so they were all the way, down there, and that is. Oh, I won't edit the draft. Yeah, 9th pick.
I mean, they do have a lot of nice pieces. Like I don't know where that all fits together, but I like Oubre, Fox, and Ball are obviously a good guard combo, and Saric is nice.
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking for the rosters. 1 second.
Mirotic will probably opt out, to be honest.
I don't think he's going to opt out. You think he's going to opt out? 17 million?
Um,
I'm not going to pay him. I wouldn't pay him more than what he's getting. That's for sure.
We've already started the discussion in the staff forums. I'll show you as well. Doesn't really matter if people see this. Where is it?
I think that he might opt out.
Is it there? Or is it there?
I don't see why he wouldn't opt in. I mean, he's got 17.
Oh.
He's not going to get 17 mil a year. That's for sure. And he's got another option after next season. So you might as well just.
So he's only 27, so maybe he will stay with that.
So Josh has him opting out. Maybe I shouldn't show you this. I've got him opting in. I mean, I think he's definitely an on-the-fence guy at the moment.
Oh, you think Bledsoe's going to opt in too?
Yeah, I should. Well, I'll announce these soon. But
Yeah.
Wow. You don't think Middleton's going to opt into that 13 million?
shit, what have I done?
James, you better not try any of that declining max contracts type of stuff.
You've got
I'm
his
not letting you get away with that.
I
You've got his
mean,
bird rights there, right,
yeah,
James?
that's right. I'll pay him. He's staying on the Hornets.
Yeah.
But I mean, don't get me started on the declining.
On what? Oh, decline. Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's a
Yeah.
discussion for another time.
I can't remember how the discussion's going with that, but yeah, whatever you saw, fair enough.
So what would you guys do if you're Atlanta? I mean, they're kind of stuck almost in no man's land at this point.
Yeah.
I think you have to consolidate for some sort of greater
For a
asset.
player or a pick?
One or the other. I think he's got too many of these like middling assets. Like like they're all nice to be honest, but no one like really jumps off the page at me.
I don't think anyone's going to be like an 85 or above on this team ever.
Saric, I love Saric, but yeah.
Yeah, even him, like he's nice, but he's
got 2 really good young point guards there, and 3 really. Peyton did really well in Phoenix when he was there till the end of the season, and Oubre's good, yeah. It's the kind of team that's going to be like you'll have several players in the 80s, perhaps in a few years' time.
maybe he kind of reminds me a little bit of like the Timberwolves, kind of. Like he doesn't play of Blake's caliber. He's got a bunch of like meh, like good but like meh players.
Yeah. No, nobody that really stands out as a team leader and stuff.
It reminds me a bit of the real life Orlando Magic.
The Hawks.
I agree.
And I don't mean that in a bad way, but
I mean, they had some talent, the real life Orlando Magic.
Exactly, but it just hasn't, there's no they don't have that one player.
Well, they did. Oladipo was that player, but whoops.
Yeah. But there's something about Orlando. They just suck at player development, don't they? So in real life, I mean.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got who's next? Is that the Celtics?
Hang on a sec. Maybe I was thinking what we could do is cross-reference this with the survey results a bit, because I know. Oh yeah, there's Atlanta got mentioned there. If you could switch roster with any other team in the league, which is interesting. Two people.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, that's not a bad roster. That's for sure. More talent than my roster, but.
Well, yeah. Everybody's got more talent than your roster.
Oh, not true. Not true.
Well,
Detroit.
Hayward, of course. Oh,
Detroit,
yeah, Detroit. Yeah.
Talking about Washington, like
there you go. And we started saying this, and Jay-Z definitely is the unluckiest GM at the moment. And although that might have just been taken by Glenn Robinson, who just got beat by the Bulls. I felt really bad for him. But...
Oh, I can't wait till we get to Milwaukee. I have some strong feelings in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I'll wait though.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Let me just see if anybody else is replying to this. No, it's just us guys. Cool. Okay, so yeah, should we talk about my team? Maybe I'll let you guys talk about my team. I felt like I've chronically underperformed this year, given. I mean, look at the ratings are amazing. The ratings are as good as they were when I won a championship.
I re-emphasize that I think that Dwight Howard was bad.
I think that was a huge mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, even getting rid of Kanter for him.
I would have released him.
That should have been.
You were so pissed off, James.
I still am, but because it's an unbelievable contract, that Kanter contract.
On that subject, I realized the other day that when Miami, maybe we should wait, but when Miami traded LeBron to Golden State, he got Dwight Howard back as the centerpiece of that deal. And then he traded Dwight Howard for Enes Kanter. Well, the most gigantic.
For the opportunity to pay Enes Kanter $150+ million.
Yeah. Well, to be fair to Troy, I think he got Steven Adams in that trade too. So it wasn't complete. Oh, yeah,
maybe he did. Yeah.
It wasn't a complete disaster, but it definitely a bad trade. But is that Enes Kanter contract the worst contract in the league right now?
By far.
Yeah.
All right. Closest is Rose, and they're.
I was gonna say
they're in another league on their own, but don't be mistaken. It's Rose and Kanter, and then there's everybody else.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. There's some other bad ones.
At least Kanter's a decent player now. Thaddeus Young, that's a pretty bad one.
Kanter is
Avery Bradley.
Oh, true. That is he could always
3 more years of Avery Bradley at 26, 28, and $30 million. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was a bit of an overpay.
Anyway, back on track.
Back on track, and he's Kanter. He's about to opt out of he's about to not opt out of an $18 million contract for 1 year in real life.
Oh, James. You sweet summer child. Enes Kanter is not opting out. The Knicks are stuck with him.
So that's what I mean. He's about to not opt out.
Oh, not opt. Oh, I thought you said he was opting out.
That's how bad he is that he's gonna take that $18 million.
Yep.
Yes, I think you're probably right. Oh, Joku, now that's the worst contract in the real life.
Yes, for sure.
I mean,
It's up. Well, it's up there. Only 2 more years after this year, at least. Anyway, sorry. Back to Boston.
I think you need more shooting, Ian. I think that was your problem. You started Dwight, Ingram, and Jalen they aren't known as shooters. They're like not bad, but Simmons can't shoot at all, and Embiid can't really shoot. Jabari can't shoot.
Yeah, Jamal's good, but yeah,
He's like a spot up guy, not a playmaking shooter.
I did. I mean, if they've all got pretty decent 3-point shooting ratings, my guys, but they're not sort of. None of them are high volume scorer guys that also shoot. So it's like, yeah.
These are the contract page is not updated for off season, correct? So you will have 48 million in off space. Obviously, yes, because Dwight Howard.
Yeah, that's when the off season is. Yeah.
All right, so you're obviously going to be pushing for.
He's going to put an offer in for Giannis, which he probably won't get because there's no space for Giannis.
If I'm the Celtics, I take some of these assets and I package them for a superstar.
Funny you should say that. Yeah, indeed. That's what I'm thinking as well.
And then, because then you could still have cap space for a max contract as well.
Yeah.
Embiid plus some other star, and then maybe Giannis, and then if you kept like one of Murray, Simmons, Ingram, I mean, just one of them, and your team is super.
Yeah. The thing is, there's no way I'm trading Embiid, no way I'm trading Simmons, and no way I'm trading Jaylen Brown because I love him. I
mean, that still leaves you a lot of assets between Parker, Ingram, and Murray.
But yeah, there's a bunch of other guys.
Is Parker an asset anymore? Is he still an asset?
I think he is. I think people are underrating him. Like, I didn't like that thread when people tried to take Parker down after he came back for like 10 games.
Ooh, I mean, I'll be honest. After this offseason, I'm going to put in a lower Parker thread to like 77.
You
something.
Son of a bitch.
He looked terrible. He looked awful in the playoffs. Just
he had his moments. He
had hardly come back from injury. I just don't.
He's been back from injury for a few months now.
Milwaukee just didn't put him in the rotation. But whether you can say that's because he's crap or...
Well, what exactly is Jabari good at? He's not good at shooting. He's not good at passing. He's not good at defense.
There's playoff service.
He's not a very efficient scorer.
I'm not really sure what he's good at. I disagree with a lot of that. For his first 3 years, he shot 49% from the field, 20 points last year on 49%.
Oh, I mean like long-range shooting.
No, you said scoring.
Oh, you mean efficiency?
Yeah, you said
what was his
That's not bad for power forward, 36%.
Yeah, he's not. I don't understand the hate.
Well, he doesn't shoot a lot of threes. I mean, what was his Yeah, it's true. He's never had a true shooting percentage above 56%.
Yeah, but if you look at his I like to look at the B-ball reference shooting percentages. I don't know. I don't think he's a bad shooter. He's not good from 3 for 10, but from like 16 to 3, he's shooting 45%. And 10 to 16, he's shooting like 45%, which are slightly below average. But for someone who's known as a bad shooter, better than you would expect, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't he was like in the top 3 for dunks last year or something like that, which is pretty notable.
He is very athletic. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And he's 20. I don't know. I think he's still an asset. Maybe,
I'm definitely not going to trade him at the moment because his stock is like super low, like Brian said.
Yeah.
Or was it James? I can't tell which one I'm talking to of you guys. But yeah. Yeah, I'm not trying to trade him at the moment because I just know I won't get a decent return. Also, I mean, I've got sentimental value for him as well because he was the first sort of decent player to have on my team who wasn't injured because Joel was injured for so long.
How did you get him again? How did you get Jabari?
I'll show you 1 second. I got him in exchange for Moutier and Kaminsky.
Oh, brutal. Oh man.
What's brutal?
Well, it was with Adam, wasn't it? Or Billy or
yeah.
Billy King. That's tough.
Here's the trade. Although actually, it's probably best if you go to.
Well, was it for Moutier or was it for the number 4 pick? Because that is different.
It looks like it was for the number 4 and the number 11 pick. That's
Which
Yeah.
I don't think is terrible. I think
no,
those are
it's not terrible.
Not good picks, but not terrible.
Well,
returns.
if he had taken Porzingis at number 4, it would have been a great trade for him.
Oh, and one of those second rounders turned out to be Malcolm Brogdon, but yeah, because I traded away that second in it as well.
Yeah, but I don't
Anyway.
count.
So yeah, this is weird this year because it's the first year where I've not had a lottery pick for a very long time. I'm down at 15, but there's a bunch of guys that I'm not going to tell you who, obviously, but like who I think should be up here that are not. You know, so I'm hoping one of them. Well,
I think the middle of the draft is very strong this year. I think it's like
Yeah.
even stronger than the lottery, really.
yeah, it's got a lot of players that could pan out to be really amazing. I think.
I agree.
I hope the Spurs take Aiden because then it's easy to Photoshop because he looks just like David Robinson in a Spurs. Okay, should we go Nets?
Oh, the Nets are such an interesting. What do you guys think of that Kristaps trade now? Looking back on that, what was it? It was
I
Brooklyn's
advised-
2021st,
I told him to do that trade.
the 2019 Phoenix pick, Wiggins and Levine for Kristaps. I don't know. I think that's at the time I thought it was a steal, and I still think it's a steal
Yeah, I
for
agree.
Brooklyn.
I think it's a
Where
great
was
trade.
it?
Huh? What do you say, James?
I think it was a decent trade for both teams, to be honest. I don't know.
I thought
mean,
you were on the Wiggins train with us, James.
Oh, I hate Wiggins. I just think that I was not really a fan of Cleveland's moves, but like what he's turned out has actually been pretty nice. So he's made it work,
Hmm.
and he's got those 2
And
firsts.
that Phoenix first is going to be huge
Yeah, that's true.
because no matter who Phoenix gets this year, they're not going to. You know, Phoenix is still going to be a very high lottery pick next year, unless
And-
something like he gets really unlucky. You know.
And Porzingis's health is still a question mark.
Yeah, he's probably going to be out all next season, even, right?
Yeah, that's what Dolan said, I think.
Yeah.
The only issue with Cleveland is that, like, I guess it's like a different team, but if you look at Cleveland's roster now, who's their best young players? Like, Otto Porter? Like,
Levine as well.
I'm not
Drew
even
was
so.
amazing in the
Drew's not
playoffs.
very young though. He's very old.
True,
He's somewhat
true.
old. I'm just
In
not
the
sure.
playoffs, he was great.
He's a good player. He's good,
Anyway,
but
trying
he's
to
gonna be a
keep
free agent
trying to
anyways.
keep us on Brooklyn. I think Devin and Kristaps will make this team like a scary free agent destination the next offseason.
Yeah, true. Not this one, maybe, but next.
Well, because of depending on Kristaps' injury, that's what I think is gonna affect his prospects this
Well,
offseason.
Didn't James sign somebody last offseason and trade him away already? I feel like he does that or
Okay.
Josh rather, not James. Didn't Josh?
Please,
sign
no
some-
defamation.
I think Josh might. Doesn't he have that? He must have signed
yeah.
somebody last offseason and traded them away. He does that every offseason.
Let's have a look. Gilchrist back. Lance Stevenson, because he loves Lance Stevenson. Oh, there's nothing else. He's very BRK. Oh god, that's loud. Yeah, I can't really see anything.
Oh, perhaps not. Maybe this offseason. I mean, Drew Holiday would be a pretty good fit for him, honestly.
Yeah, he definitely. needs
Steven
to-
Adams could be a nice fit there too. I mean, there are a lot of these players I could see going to Brooklyn, honestly.
I think that Drew Holiday, he just traded him away.
I think what happened was he traded him. I think what happened was he executed a series of 2 trades to JR, in which he traded JR a draft pick, or JR traded Josh a first-round pick for Drew Holiday, and then JR traded a first-round pick with Drew Holiday to salary dump him a few weeks later. I think that's how it shook out.
Yeah.
But Drew Holiday really looked up, so. Anyway. Sabonis too. Could be a nice.
Bonus is alright, and I like Bam.
I think Bam's going to be his best player, or not his best player, his best big man soon.
Yeah.
Better than Porzingis?
No, I mean between like him, Sabonis,
Yeah.
and DJ Wilson. I guess it's only those two.
Yeah, none of these guys are sticking around, that's for sure. Probably. Okay, James, your team.
So when are you going to withdraw that qualifying offer, Nerlens Noel, when he goes to China?
I still have faith in Nerlens.
Well, yeah, me too. I think I was actually thinking maybe he could be a bit of a sort of sleeper free agent this offseason. But then I read Brian Colangelo's tweets about him, and I thought, well, if he's got a shitty attitude, then I probably won't pursue him.
The only thing I'll say about that is, are you taking that Brian Colangelo's evaluation of him seriously?
Yeah, that'd make me want Nerlens more, honestly. Brian Colangelo doesn't want him.
Is the player white? Can he shoot? Well, then he's shit. Because that's all Brian Colangelo knows how to trade for is white guys who can shoot.
Pretty much.
What do you think of Josh Jackson this year, James? What's your evaluation of him?
That was a big trade we made. There's no dollar sign.
Jackson pretty much had the same first year trajectory as Ingram. They had like terrible starts and then kind of picked it up during the second half. But it's kind of difficult to see that translates to teams like not taking them seriously, or if it's actual improvement in their game.
Well, what else didn't you get? You got a pick in that trade too, didn't you?
I did. I got the Sacramento pick, which is number 20 this year.
You got so many picks, James. Damn.
Yeah, I'm excited about my 6th pick this year.
Yeah, so would I.
I have my eye on a guy who I think will be there, and I'm very high on him.
I mean,
I think
the gap you have on your team is at center, and you've just been handed a draft with like a bunch of amazing centers at the top of the draft. It's like so perfect. Although, don't smoke screen us.
We'll see what happens.
Who's he going to go for? He's going to go for Kevin Knox. I knew it.
Yeah, I will tell you that it's not Kevin Knox.
Okay.
I'm going to throw out a team here. I have no knowledge, but I bet you choose Wendell Carter, James. But that's
I do
your
like
guy.
Wendell. I am kind of high on him, actually. I don't know. We'll see.
I like him, but it's too early for number 3. He doesn't.
I've actually never been this high in the lottery and not been like the number 1 pick, so I do have to smoke screen now.
Yeah.
Okay.
When did you get the Dallas pick?
I traded a KCP for that pick.
Yuck.
Oh, nice one. Well,
I knew that Dallas was going to be bad.
And you got the Sacramento one off me, didn't you, in the Ingram trade?
Yep.
Yeah, damn. I think now maybe I wouldn't do that because Josh Jackson looks pretty impressive, doesn't he?
I still like Ingram a lot, though. I think that his length, his physical profile, still has a higher ceiling than Jackson.
He's still pretty young as well, isn't he?
Yeah, but I mean Jackson, I think is equally as young for his class. I could be wrong though.
I thought Jackson was older, actually.
I think he is older.
I thought he's like 20, 21, 22 already. I think he's kind of old.
Yeah, it's
he is 21. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only like 6 months difference, but
I don't know, Ian. I think Ingram's a better prospect at this point. But I mean, he did have a terrible first year. Ingram was awful that rookie year.
Yeah, but the thing I'll show you actually, the reason why I was high on Brandon Ingram was because in his rookie season, if you have a look.
Oh, month by month, it's so much better.
Yeah. Look at it. So month by month, every single month, see, look at his points per game. It just increase every single month. Well, not linearly, but like, yeah, he just got like consistently better throughout the year. And so I thought, well, since everybody says he's trash, I'll go for him.
The last thing that
he's gotten better as well this year.
The last thing that I will say about my team is that I'm still high on Damian Dotson. That is my guy.
Oh yeah.
I've never heard of that person.
Yeah, he dropped 30 points once this year, so he's gonna be a
In a
superstar.
Knicks game or a G League game?
It was a Knicks game.
Well, actually, I guess the Knicks game is technically a G League game,
Oh,
probably this
okay,
year.
okay. He didn't play too much. I don't think Hornacek.
But that'll be garbage time minutes, right?
Not the 30-point game.
Yeah.
It was a
Against the
close
Heat
game.
as well. And the Heat were trying to make the playoffs.
I know. It was a great game.
What's happening with Malik Beasley? He like
Oh.
I've like not heard a thing about him since he got drafted.
That guy's buried in the. I'm just holding on to him. He's like he's my Bitcoin.
Ah,
He's valued at like $1 right now, but hopefully. Anyway,
But okay, so I reckon. Well, I mean, thanks to the draft picks, your team's going to be amazing. And if it's not already anyway, because you're Oh, and for you, we can
Well-
actually talk about the playoffs as well.
yeah. Who are you? You say it's Chicago? Oh, the next team.
Yeah,
You better win that
Chicago's
series, James.
I really need to actually.
If Chicago wins that series, I'll be like, we need to change the sim engine.
Yeah, then I have no hope.
I mean, if
we beat-
Chicago makes the finals with who is it? Kawhi and DeMarcus are out. I mean, that's just
Oh yeah.
oh my goodness.
Is this a good sojourn into Chicago?
I think so.
Look at it's just ridiculous. Look at that. One of the concerns I have is like people who visit the website for the first time and they're kind of scouting around looking for a sim league to join and stuff, and they'll look at the rosters and they'll look at like Detroit and just go, what the hell? And then they'll look at this shitty team here and they'll be like, what the hell? And then they'll look at Chicago and go, oh, this is ridiculous. I won't even bother.
I mean, to be fair, is it that much different in real life?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
It's really not. I mean, Golden
I mean,
State in our league is probably worse than Golden State in real life.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's not wrong actually.
And then there's Houston with Chris Paul and Harden. We have some of those type of teams.
We have Denver, which is pretty much that team, a little bit better.
Chicago.
Chicago's interesting though. I mean, there's no team in the NBA like that. Four super duper stars.
Like 3 players over 90. I don't think that's ever been done before.
Well, Jimmy Butler is bordering there, but
yeah,
maybe he should be there. I don't know. I would play DeMarcus at center, to be honest, but I don't know. That's me.
Oh, that's just me putting it there. I don't know.
He has no depth though. That's the thing. He has no depth. He's only got his one
cap space.
His one draft pick this year.
Depth doesn't matter though. In this league, it's not that important. I don't think.
I think starting 5 definitely matters more, doesn't it?
I mean, he's got more depth than me. I think so.
Nah.
No, you have some players. Tony Snell can play.
Yeah,
Josh Jackson can play.
It's about even, perhaps, but I mean, Josh will get a bump rating sooner or later, won't he? Yeah. But when these two guys, when Cousins and Leonard get healthy next season, and then, oh my God, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, they might break the record for wins if they're both healthy.
Yeah.
But who even knows? I mean, with DeMarcus, that could be a bad contract, honestly.
And how long is DeMarcus out for as well? It's like it's gonna be a long time. And Kawhi,
a lot of people don't recover from that injury that he got too. Like almost nobody's recovered from that injury.
No way.
That was the injury that killed Kobe at the end.
Well, Kobe was like so old already.
That's true. That's true. But I think they've like looking through the history of people who've had that injury. The only player who even like somewhat recovered is Dominique Wilkins.
Oh yeah. Do they shoot Chicago have a draft pick? I think they probably even if
they do this year.
Oh, they do, yeah.
The only thing that I'd be worried about for Chicago is 2 years. That $150 million is going to be above the hard cap.
Oh, that's true. That's a good.
And they're
a good
locked
point.
into those. Those are like their big four, so it's going to be hard for them to surround them with anyone when you have four $30 million contracts.
Yeah, because when that goes down to 150, what's it going to be? It's going to be like 148 or something.
Well, it depends what the cap is by then.
Yeah. But if it was the same cap now,
and it might be a few years, but I do hypothesize. I do like wonder whether that new gambling. I don't know if you're up to speed with U.S. Supreme Court decisions, Ian, but the legalization of gambling. I'm curious if that's going to affect any sort of profits or cap. I don't know.
Oh, hey, Alex English is in.
Oh,
Alex.
Can you hear us, Alex? Maybe. I'll leave it to him. Yeah. But yeah,
I think this is like one of the best rules you've created, though, Ian. The hard cap was a great rule.
Oh,
we needed that.
I agree so much because talent was getting polarized at either ends of the league, and it was just becoming ridiculous. I thought, and yeah, it had to happen.
You guys remember Kay Felder?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just thought it was funny that he's on a team.
Chicago's got some like throwback names. Norris Cole. I don't think Norris Cole's been in the league for years at this point.
Really? Let's have a look. Maybe we should retire him this season.
Greg Smith. Who even is Greg Smith? Who is this? Is that a real person?
Yeah, I think he's got a Pelicans.
I've never heard of a Greg Smith.
You know what's really funny? If you search for Greg Smith, Ian, you should Google Greg Smith. Look at the second result. Third result.
Cricket.
Who is Greg Smith?
That's a good question.
Anyway.
I don't think this is basketball. No,
yeah.
It's definitely not.
Can we move on to the enigma of
Cleveland, yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm just going to put it out there. Hannah traded Kristaps out of spite for me having his draft pick this year. We all know it's true. We all know.
I thought maybe it was injury related.
Oh, that's an interesting theory because Hannah always goes on about how he's all in. You know, he just always wants to win every game, no matter.
He's all in to lose in the first round.
Yeah, indeed. But that is a interesting suggestion.
Hello.
But he always does. He always does pretty well the last few years.
Anybody hear me?
Oh yeah, hey Alex.
Hey, I've got a microphone to work.
Let me turn you down a bit. It's a bit loud. What can you? Is there any point putting that there on the side? No, I'll leave it in there. I've got two monitors, so I can just flick over like that.
What, you thought he was loud?
Yeah, no.
I could barely hear him.
Low? And I loud or quiet or what?
Now you're good. I hear you perfectly.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Let's go.
What's up?
Cool. So, Alex, good timing actually, because we're nearly up to Denver.
What's going on?
What we're doing is can you see my desktop?
Yep.
So we're going through each team and just sort of talking about how they've done this season, what they're going to do this off season.
Right.
So Cleveland's going to go for LeBron, I think, right? Is that what's going to happen?
That'd be interesting. Have we got LeBron opting out of his contract? I think we do because.
Let's see why I would.
Contracts have changed though since, but like that LeBron James contract was signed before the rules regarding maximum salaries. So where is it? So like if LeBron did opt out, he would only be able to sign maximum a 34 million deal.
Yeah, but a maximum.
Oh, he couldn't.
You wouldn't make 40 million.
Couldn't you do? Don't we have the rule in the NBA where you do 125% of your last contract is also your max?
Oh yeah, we don't have that.
I've advocated for that.
Oh, we should
yeah.
definitely. I think we've got to have that. So the
No,
player would
no,
never
no.
take a pay cut.
Yeah, we
Signing
should do that.
$50 million deal.
Second?
And what?
Um,
LeBron's gonna sign for $50 million? Pretty crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think that should be affecting people that are already above like the max. You know what I mean?
Just note to self to look into that.
For future contracts, though, that seems good, but not for ones that have already been signed without a cap.
Yeah. Well, I'll need to look into that because I think that sounds like a sensible thing to do. Cleveland's got loads of players expiring this season. Their whole team could be decimated next season.
Well,
Um,
we'll have to pay Otto Porter his max.
Yeah, indeed.
but that seems like the only player I'd want to keep anyway. So,
You wouldn't pay Drew
Drew.
Holiday max?
oh, sorry, I forgot that Drew was
I
opting
mean,
in. But yeah,
yeah.
I would give him a big contract, but maybe not a max. He played well enough at the end of the year.
I wonder what he's going to do with KCP. If he's just going to let him go or pay him big money. It's a lot of money for a bench guy.
I mean, if somebody wants to try and sign KCP, they'll probably be able to steal him because he's just going to be sitting on the bench, isn't he?
I don't know. I think Hannah's going to make some moves. I feel like this team's primed.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Otto Porter, so he probably got a positional conflict with Giannis. And he's re-signing him anyway. So maybe he goes for a big man.
Steven Adams or what? I could see Whiteside. I could see Whiteside here.
Because if Utah's going to have a struggle to keep a hold of him.
I don't even think they're going to bother to give him an offer. I would think they're probably just going to let him go.
It's not Adam.
Yeah. if it was Adam Collins / Billy King, he would have definitely held on to Hassan. But I wonder about me re-signing Dwight as well. He could be a target for people.
You're going to re-sign Dwight? What do you want Dwight for?
I will offer him $5 million a year. I don't know.
Yuck! I wouldn't even want him for that.
Is he in the draft? Where's Cleveland?
No, I have his pick.
Oh yeah, you got it. That's right. Yeah. Never has draft picks.
Or he did 1 year.
Oh, we forgot to go through the surveys. Apparently, someone thinks Hannah should win Executive of the Year. 2 people think that.
That must have been before the Kristaps trade.
Or maybe it's because of the Kristaps trade. I don't know.
Alex, what do you think of that trade? What do you think of the Kristaps trade now?
What are we talking about?
What do you think of the Kristaps Porzingis trade?
I don't know. I think you keep him. Like, you can't get rid of your cornerstone dude for like, what did he get back?
Well, it depends on what the Phoenix's first next year is. But I mean, yeah, I'm still not done on Wiggins. I mean, I think Wiggins can still be very good.
Yeah, I don't know. Quality over quantity. You got to keep your number one dude.
Yeah, I agree. But he got JaVale as well. So. Do you reckon Josh will be done tanking by 2020? Probably will be.
Oh yeah, Josh is going to be dominating the league by 2020.
Cleveland's also got Jordan Bell though. He's got like a nice collection of those just they're good, could be great type players like Porter, Levine, Bell, Drew.
Tice.
If he had like 2 superstars, he'd be a contender. But I mean, it's easier said than done.
Yeah, they always seem to do well each season.
How about Dallas?
Oh Lord.
He's gonna have an uphill struggle, I think.
All right, how juicy is that 2020 Dallas pick I own going to be? Because I think it's going to be extremely juicy. I could see like number 1 overall even.
You think?
I mean, this team is kind of like a wasteland.
I mean, he's got Malik Monk though. I don't even say that sarcastically. I think Monk.
No,
Oh, you're being serious?
I
Yeah.
like Malik Monk. I don't think he's going to be an all-star though.
I just mean as far as like compare this team to Detroit. He's got some real assets.
True.
Does he? I mean, like,
I
what
don't know,
assets
like-
are there?
Will
They're
Barton's
stuck
good.
for like 2 or 3 years.
Oh yeah, and that's a terrible contract, really.
I
I
mean,
mean, Reggie's not that. That's pretty bad
Jesus.
too.
Reggie's a terrible
Ah,
contract. Will Barton's a
awful.
terrible contract.
That's former Charlotte Hornet Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And Quincy Acey doesn't have a beard anymore, so he's crap.
The Tyler Johnson contract's a little suspect, but
Could be
Yeah,
worse.
he signed that this season, actually. I think that's sort of realistic sort of contract.
yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
steal though. That's for sure.
Yeah, Mavericks are not really going anywhere soon, are they? Not.
And they don't
not
have the
up or
draft
down.
pick.
And have they got? Yeah, they've gotten rid of all their picks. Have they got any? 2 seconds on additional reverse. Not a happy situation entirely, Mr. Long.
I don't even know what I would do if I was Dallas, to be honest with you.
I like how he's hung on to Dirk because I like that kind of
Yeah.
role playing aspect to it. But yeah, I always
He's in
thought
a tough
Demetrius
spot.
Jackson would be good. So he doesn't have picks. He doesn't have veterans. Well, he does
No,
have veterans. But
no cap space.
Yeah,
Well, no, never mind.
Yeah, he'd
Dallas
have like
used to always
4
be-
million. if
For
he
like
got
many
rid-
years, Dallas was up the top of the West, but not anymore.
I'd have a fire sale and just empty it out no matter what.
But he has no
Yeah.
picks.
I mean,
Wow, yeah,
still
You
do
can
it.
get some
Yeah,
picks,
at least
though.
you can maybe sign a free agent or something. Restart. Because anything's
talk-
better than paying Reggie and Will Barton a combined $50 million.
Jesus.
First person I talked to would be you, Brian, to get that pick back.
Oh, I mean, that's a very quick conversation. Can I have the
Which
pick
is-
back? No.
That reminds me of when. Do you remember there used to be a old Brooklyn GM who was always bigging himself up and always like saying I'm amazing at everything? Do you remember him? I think it might be in the archives. And I remember one time he
Like the Billy
Was it?
King.
The original
Or-
Billy King?
the original.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, the original
Ah.
King. And one time he messaged me saying he traded away. I think it was Westbrook. And then he messaged me saying, "Right, I'm tanking now. Can I have my pick back?" I was like, "That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works." But anyway, that was the nicest PM I ever received. I think.
All right, Denver.
Alex,
Oh, what a shit stain of a team. Just
Garbage.
disaster.
Blow it up.
Trade everybody but Norman Powell.
Oh yeah.
he's been balling.
Coming up.
You've got a lot of nice young pieces. Josh Hart, OG, and
Alex
I love
knows his
it.
way around the draft. I'm never making a draft trade with Alex again.
Oh bloody hell! Yeah, look at the spreadsheet. Look at this work of art. Where is it?
You got Wancho.
Oh, yeah, you gave me Wancho on the eve of his worst year as a professional. That's
Well,
fantastic.
there's just too many players in Denver. He's like
Ugh.
on the depth chart. They've got too many wings. He's stuck. I think he's a good player though.
talk about Malik Beasley.
How did you know OG was so good though? Like, do you get some?
Because he's English.
God,
I mean, he's just I don't know, man. He's got all
Sorry.
like the physical tools. Like he looks like a fucking I don't know. He's a like a defensive player of the year type of prospect for that side of the ball. And then if you just develop his offense a little bit, he's got it all.
he shot like MKG. How did you know he was gonna shoot? I didn't think he would shoot at all. It's I'm so mad about that.
Look at this spreadsheet. Amazing. Alonzo Trio, I love that guy.
So, what do you think of your Kyrie Paul George trade? Looking back on it, Alex, now it was like 3 years later, 2 years later now.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't really regret like doing it, but it might not have been. Probably would have been better just hang on to PG or something. I don't know.
Well, Aldridge has been great for you, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean that's the
Fantastic.
thing. Like this time last year, it looked terrible because it looked like Aldridge was about to like keel over. But like he had a resurgent year. He's been pretty damn good. So I don't know. It's all right. I just want to win my damn championship.
Wow, might be the year. Let's have a
Hopefully.
look.
How many times have you lost to Golden State in the conference finals, Alex?
I've never been to the conference finals. This is the first year I've been to the conference
Really?
finals.
You
Wow.
never
Yeah.
did?
Oh, so you're
Always
like
in the second round.
you're like Chris Paul.
So you met them in the Western Conference semis last year. Is
Yeah.
this like this would be like a proper rivalry if it was real life?
I think I lost to like OKC the year before though.
Yeah.
Tobias Harris, though, he's been performing pretty well too.
That was a great trade. That was
He's been
another
good.
great trade.
I don't know.
He's a
Everyone
Lakers.
had a 24-year-old washed up player. Like, it doesn't make sense. He's too young. He's got so much left. I mean, he's overpaid, but like, he's still good.
Yeah, but I think I'd rather have LaMarcus and Tobias than Paul George, though.
Yeah, that's
Maybe, I don't know.
I would think about that.
But you got what do you think about the hard cap squeezing in, Alex?
I mean, I think it's great for like D5. I think it's gonna be painful for me in a few years.
I mean, yeah.
Like my whole strategy was just take on cap, like because it didn't matter. Like I was over the cap. Who gives a shit? I'll take on all your shitty contracts. Give me picks with it as well, you know. And then the hard cap comes in. Like I can't like I would still have like Larry Bird sending me like PMs like, hey, you want to take my shitty contracts for fucking whatever? And like I would be doing it. You know, I get all his like okay players. They could be my bench, but like I don't know. So now I don't know. I think it's a good rule though.
Is Larry Bird's Pacers like a feeder team for your bench?
And Al Jefferson,
Yeah. Danilo Gallinari's up next.
I tried to get him.
What are you gonna do with Brook Lopez?
Resign him. I think
Ugh.
if he's got to get out of LA though.
I think he might
But
be
I think-
washed.
Like I can't let him walk. He's still like what 29, 30. Like he's got some years left.
Know what this reminds me of? This rationale you're spitting right now. It reminds me of James' rationale for Serge Ibaka last year, and that contract doesn't look so good.
Why does everybody say that? It's 3 years. I'll sign anybody for 3 years.
So next
I don't know.
season,
Depends where I get him. Like I can't let him walk. Then who do I play at center?
You could
Marcus.
trade OG for a center.
No.
Perhaps Thon Maker, a stretch center with shot blocking abilities.
That dude sucks.
yeah, he really does.
Oh,
right.
come on. You'll see.
Well, let's do Detroit and let's do it very quickly. He's got a number 2 pick. He's gonna take either Ayton or Doncic.
Oh, Detroit. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
And there's no one else on that team worth even talking about.
Oh, how dare you disrespect my boy Semi Ojeleye like that?
Oh my god.
Yeah, love some Shemi.
He's fantastic.
Believe it or not, Matthias Lessort is in this year's finalists for D5 Rookie of the Year because the team is so bad that he actually did all right.
How is he playing though? Isn't he in Europe?
No
Didn't he
idea.
get draft rights owned.
He is. Yeah, what? He's never even played in the NBA.
Yeah, like he should be a draft rights dude.
Look, he's good for 13 and 8 every game, man. Don't knock Mr. Lessort. That team, I think Detroit is the worst team on paper, like in the whole league.
Maybe
I wouldn't
ever.
mind being them though. I wouldn't mind like if I had to start with a team because they have all their own draft picks. So it's really like it's not so bad.
True. Let's have a look. Do they have any other draft picks? So they got Charlotte.
They have one golden one. They have the Clippers in 2020, which is that can be top 5.
We'll get to the Clippers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Mike Krzyzewski realizes that. Anyway, we'll get to that. But yeah.
Oh, if you want to go back to the survey that we were talking about before,
Was Detroit mentioned here at all?
No, I was talking about Denver. Alex,
Yeah.
you have the most knowledge.
Yeah. Well, I think with spreadsheets like that, he has to.
And also
Where's-
apparently up there for best trader as well.
Well, Alex has the most legendary trade, the two most legendary trades in the history of the league.
Which ones?
Paul George and Harden.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, I was thinking because when did he get Kyrie? He got Kyrie really early on.
That was
Kyrie,
another. That was brutal.
Gordon Dragic, like, and a bunch of other dudes.
Drake,
Oh
And the
my
Lakers.
God.
you son of a bitch. That's so good.
Magic Johnson of the Lakers was low key one of the worst GMs in this league.
He was very lazy. He didn't really do anything for 2 years. So then
I miss him though. I miss him.
he's a nice guy.
All
Yeah.
right. Golden State.
Should we go to Golden State? Let's have a look.
I'm just trying to keep this podcast on track.
Good call. Good call. Another
So is Josh-
70-win season.
Is Josh Richardson going to resign? Or is he gone? I think he's probably gone, right?
Yeah, he's probably gone.
Yeah, because he wants to play shooting guard.
Yeah, he'll want to be a starter, won't he?
Yep.
I reckon. Well, yeah, I was thinking like, how's Chris Mullin going to deal with an aging Pau Gasol? And of course, he's just going to resign him for another year. But like after this year's not going to be the big year for Golden State. It's going to be the year after, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe he still has Curry under $20 million.
Oh, that contract is
contract.
stupid.
Best contract in the league, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
God. That was when we had 6-year bird rights
Mm.
and everything.
It's not even
Um,
close.
Yeah. Golden State, Denver coming up. It's going to be I think this is a matchup for the ages because I always see these two as the two best teams, at least on paper, in the Western Conference.
So Alex, are you gonna play Brooke Lopez and Aldridge? Are you gonna start both of them?
I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. It's been working. I
So you're
thought
gonna
about
have
like I could move like Aldridge to center, play Bogdanovich,
yeah,
but I don't know until it like stops working. I'm just gonna let it roll.
but
Yeah.
doesn't I think Gold State is LeBron at power forward now? I want to say
It
right.
does, yeah.
Oh, that's tough for Aldridge.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much to like put weight like real life matchups versus what the hell NBA Live's gonna do in the sim.
Yeah. Underrated aspect of the Golden State Warriors is, yeah, like I really like Raquan Holmes, Josh
Yeah.
Richardson, James Johnson has been really great for Miami. Mills and Korver are great bench players.
He's a very well-rounded team.
Yeah. it's
Joe
really-
Harris is one of the best contracts in the league too. It's a great
Gosh,
contract.
look at that. Best team in the league at the moment, that's for sure. I wonder when.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is a good
yeah.
contract. Joe Harris put up 11 points on like 49% today, this year
Yeah, he's all right.
for $1 million. All right, Houston Rockets. John Henson apparently getting those checks.
Jared Sullinger getting those checks.
Yeah,
Getting that yen. He's got to get
I
it
think
converted
Houston
to
had
yen.
had a good season. They finished all the way up on 50 wins. That's amazing. I really liked Barkley's trade this year for Kemba Walker. I think that was a good idea.
yeah.
I mean, I think he did it with an eye to keeping Giannis this offseason, obviously.
I don't know. I got an MLE offer for Giannis. How does he turn that down?
You got a better situation, maybe. You know what? He's not claimed bird rights yet, so maybe he's not going to resign him. He's just going to let him go.
What? Charles, if you're listening to this,
He's just being
bird
lazy.
rights. Do it.
Chuck used to have in his signature. Oh, he doesn't have it anymore. He used to have a list of the names of all the free agents he missed out on.
If he
He's
could somehow get
the
decent-
bitterest GM in B5.
if he could get a decent center, this team would be so good.
I mean, if he didn't trade away all of his players, he had Kawhi at one point.
Yeah.
You could have Kawhi and Giannis.
I
Is he in
don't
this
think it
draft
was.
at all? Here's the
I don't think
16th
it was
pick.
Chuck who traded away Kawhi. I think it was a different GM.
I think it was Truck, actually.
No, I think it was him.
Yeah, I think it was him.
I think it was him too.
Damn.
I think it's for like very little too. I don't think it was for much.
He has the 16th pick in the draft at least.
That's true. He needs a big man. Oh, actually, I don't know. He could just play love at center. Could really
That's
go any
my forward,
direction.
man.
If I'm him, maybe I try and package. I don't even know.
I would try to get a veteran, honestly, instead of draft picks.
What have we got? There's some good big men expiring. I mean,
He's not going to be able to sign anyone. He has no cap space.
Yeah, no, he has to do trades.
Oh yeah, then there's that.
If you could package maybe, I don't know. Gordon in the 11th pick.
I mean, I think if he did like Livingston, Bazemore, and his 2 firsts, I bet he could get like a good center.
That's a good combo, yeah.
I'm not sure who, but he could get somebody.
How do you guys feel about Giannis's inclinations?
I guess I shouldn't say anything, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think he's leaning heavily towards opting in because he's very he's loyal to the Bucks in real life.
And they do have Kevin Love, who is a player. So
it's a pretty good team.
They've got a good team together, and they've competed and done well. I think it was unlucky of him to go out in the first round, although Memphis have been amazing this offseason. So yeah, you can't really fault them for dropping out in the first round these playoffs.
All right, we could check out the Pacers if we must.
Larry, where are you going? What direction are you going in, Larry Bird?
Just been in purgatory for like 5 years. Don't do anything.
He's got at least another 3 years of purgatory. Minimum.
There's a good amount of these decent players, but nothing really to lead him anywhere.
I think they're the most average team in the history of D5. They're just always around there.
I like Beverly. I like that contract. Marcus Morris.
Do you though?
Decent.
Do you want to pay Patrick Beverly $15 million in 3 years?
I don't know about that.
I like that contract. Yeah, I think that he's didn't get a chance to be like a starter yet, really, on his own team. Like in the Clippers, he's always like deferring to Harden. But he only played 11 games this year.
At least he's got Jared Allen. That's a good young player.
Just imagine we had no hard cap. Look at all these guys I could trade for.
Bobby Portis is bench gold.
Indiana has the 11th pick this year, but I've already noticed that it's on the trade block.
Does he put it?
Yeah, I don't know. In the shout box, he said taking offers for the 11th pick.
Oh, right,
well,
yeah.
He just needs like more rookies. Like he should think about trading down or something. Because he doesn't have a lot of rookies on his team, really. What's he got? He's got Jared Allen and Portis are the only 2 young players.
Frank Mason.
Those guys are useless.
The weird thing is that this is like not a team. He'll be lucky to make the playoffs, but 147 million in 2 years' time is going to be the hard cap. So it's like I don't know where this team's headed. It's not a happy team.
Well, if we want to get to an even happier team, we could go one spot down here.
Yeah, check out the Clippers.
Batum
this is the nuclear wasteland of D5, I think. I don't think it gets worse than this team.
Krzyzewski's been around a long time, but yeah,
it's not his fault. This team's just aging out.
Yeah,
it's kind of his fault, but
I mean, he wasn't proactive about like doing something. So now he's just like stuck with just so many old players.
Well, I mean, like
could still be good.
I think what happened was he could just never like get over that hump. Like 2 or 3 years ago, this team was pretty scary, and so I think he just felt like one more year, he'll give it another year to see what happens.
He made it to the finals in second year.
Yeah, so you can't really blame him, you know. But they really did all just fall apart. Like Tony Parker, 22 million in 4 years.
Melo is just like, look at that.
He's gonna opt into that. That's gross.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of worst contracts, I think this might be like 3 of the worst contracts in the league now. Fareed on a max, Carmelo Anthony at over $35 million,
Monroe,
and then Tony Parker at over 20. And Monroe. Oh, those are brutal.
If he could work some magic though, it's not like he's still got. I mean, Harry Giles could really be something.
Is that how you pronounce it? Giles.
I thought it was Giles, but I don't know.
I thought your pronunciation was right, Ian. I thought it was Giles.
Giles.
Okay, sorry.
Does DeAndre or Jordan opt in?
Oh, he's got opt out. I would think.
Yeah. How many years experience has he got?
I think he can get 35. He can start at 35 million. I think he's got 10 years.
Oh, it doesn't say. Yeah, you might be right.
If you click on Basketball Reference, it says.
I mean, if this was real life and DeAndre Jordan's still on the Clippers, he'd probably leave as well, wouldn't he?
I mean, if it was this Clippers, probably.
Yeah.
Which is
I
sad.
don't know. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You don't think someone will give him a max in D5 the offseason?
I don't know.
Even if they would, do you still opt out of that?
Well, he starts at 35 million on his next contract.
I don't think anybody's gonna pay DJ.
Oh, I think you're wrong about that.
Is it you?
Yeah.
Are you gonna do it? I hope you do it.
I mean, if nobody else will, I guess perhaps.
All right. Good luck paying DJ like 50 million in 4 years.
No, but like, come on. There's like there's got to be like at least half the league has over 30 million cap space, something like that, right?
But this is the teams with cap space this offseason.
Oh yeah, one of those teams is gonna have to spend their cap space, and they're gonna do it.
Wait, I don't even see that much cap space there. What are you talking about?
It's not tons.
There's Atlanta with 47, and there's Philly with 26, and Utah with 29.
Well, are you looking at the wrong year?
The thing is, I mean, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Which one of these teams is gonna? Because I'm not gonna. I don't want DeAndre Jordan because I got Embiid, but like,
I can see him in the Nets.
It doesn't really. Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't really suit where the Nets are at now. They're kind of not. Well, I suppose they probably are.
You know what? I could definitely see Hannah giving him a big check. Yeah.
Cleveland would be the number one. Yeah.
Cleveland. I mean,
Lakers,
the Lakers perhaps.
Miami needs another overpaid center.
Philadelphia, Portland. Portland needs a center.
Yeah. Portland's not got many big men. So yeah, I suppose it is possible. Yeah. I think it's less of a market this year, perhaps.
Clippers don't even have their picks too, so.
I think that might be the most valuable pick in the league. The 2020 Clippers first. The Detroit.
Yeah.
Wow, well done, Detroit. Yeah.
I can't think of a better pick.
Wow, I was jealous of who's got the Phoenix 2019 first. Cleveland, yeah, that was good. But yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the best pick because I don't know what Phoenix could possibly do to become not the worst team in the league.
Yeah. The Clips have their. Oh no, wait, sorry, I was just looking at that, wasn't I? Clips, San Antonio's got that. Oh yeah, that's right. It's that one. That's their pick. Oh my god.
Brutal.
Wow. Oh my god. I can't believe it when it happened.
How about the Lakers? They made a lot of moves this season.
The team that traded away that first pick.
Yeah. 4 days later. 4 days later.
That would kill me. I think I quit the league.
What did they receive in return? I don't even see anybody on the. I don't remember.
It's like salary dumps.
Salary dump, yeah.
Jesus.
Let's have a look. What was the exact trade? Because this trade will be remembered forever now. Where is it? It's like a 3-team trade, wasn't it? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, first one.
So Lakers. Oh my god, man. I mean, you can't fault him because it's not. He didn't know that was coming.
That's not It's not a lot of salary relief though to be trading a pick like that.
Yeah, but he did get Darren Williams. Amazing.
Yeah,
I do think the Lakers are in a much better place than for when. Is it Mark Price? Is that who runs the Lakers?
I think he's doing a good job. Yeah.
I mean, before they were just what they had? It was Dragic, Kemba, Jonas, and Harrison Barnes. That team was gross. That
I mean,
team's an
those are
abomination.
good players, but they were all massively overpaid, weren't they?
That was the whole team.
Yeah.
It's like Anthony Tolliver was his like 5th best player.
He had who did he have playing power forward? What's his name? He's Argentinian.
Oh, Luis Scola.
That's it. Yeah, he was playing. He was starting power forward most of the season, I think. Yeah, but now it looks like they're turning a corner. How many picks have they got left? Let's have a look.
I don't think they have their own actually in a couple of years.
New York and Phoenix. Yeah, that's right.
They're in trouble.
Well, he's doing a good job though so far. But they got cap space this offseason, so they could they definitely need a big man, and
They got no reason to tank since they know their pick. They might as well.
yeah.
Not to throw myself under the bus, but to make Mark Price feel a little better, in 2014, I traded away the Houston pick, and a month later, it jumped up from the second to last to the second pick.
That was 2014, yeah.
Yep.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that Mike Conley trade we made, James? I think you offered me that pick, and I said no because it was too low.
That is the trade, actually.
No, I don't think I got that pick though.
You didn't, but that was the trade. It was a 3-team trade with Houston, Charlotte, and the Pelicans.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yep. You got the Indiana and Toronto pick,
which were terrible because I've wasted all the picks I've been getting.
No, I actually think that they were decent.
Well, the players I picked were terrible.
Who'd you pick?
I
think you traded them. Actually,
I have my team history. I can look.
No, you traded it to Ian, the Indiana pick. Ian, you drafted Adrian Payne, so you can be proud of that.
And then the other one was Jusuf Nurkic.
Yeah, which is a pretty good pick for late in the first round.
Yeah, I think I traded both those away though before then.
Yeah, you did. It was Houston actually picking him.
I did a lot of trades in those days.
Yeah.
God, Gary Harris fell all the way to 28.
I remember at the time of the draft, I wanted him so badly. I kept trying to trade back into the draft to get him. Gosh, I knew he was going to be so good.
You had to go for Jordan Adams.
I was trying to decide between him and Gary Harris, and Jordan Adams was good before that stupid injury. God.
Didn't he have a record-breaking game here?
Yeah, he had like 50 points or something one game.
Yeah, I always remember that.
I don't think he ever played in the NBA, not a single minute.
I drafted James Young, so I'm also super proud.
First game of the season.
Yeah, that was amazing.
50 points.
Anyway, back to the Lakers. I mean, Mike Conley, Seth Curry on a $1 million contract isn't terrible, but it's not like the future for them.
TJ Warren and Hood are just
Rodney Hood. His value has been absolutely decimated by his time in Cleveland. He's like worth nothing now because of how
he's a good buy low guy though. He'll get better. He can't be this bad.
I like TJ a lot actually.
I'm not a huge fan of his.
I mean,
he's got Spencer Dinwiddie. That's pretty good.
His rookie contract. That's pretty much it. Is he in this draft?
No, or is he actually? Sorry.
No, he's the 13th pick.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
There could be someone decent there. And he's not like he has got no bad contracts really, just one big Mike Conley. So he looks like
he can move that
set. He's got a lot of flexibility.
It's not a terrible contract really either. Mike Conley's solid, isn't he?
Yeah, but still, $42 million in 4 years might be a lot.
How old is Mike Conley? He's like 30.
He's quite old. No, I think he's like 32, 31.
Yeah.
30.
Especially in injury years, he's always injured. Former Charlotte Hornet, Mike Conley.
That was like one of the first moves you made, James.
To get Mike Conley. No, actually, you know what's funny? Because I brought up Reggie Jackson before. Both my former point guards are overpaid but on massive contracts.
Did you sign him to massive contracts?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't want to. That's why I traded him.
James only overpays Serge Ibaka. Nobody else.
For 3 years.
Oh no!
Wait till you see who I'm going to overpay this year. So Uh, Memphis, really great performance in the offseason.
Yeah.
Definitely is making them an attractive destination for free agents, but I don't really know how many there are in the positions that they want to sign besides.
Well,
Giannis.
here let's go through the list. Chris Middleton, perhaps.
Yes.
Honestly, if LeBron opts out, say Golden State loses to Denver in the conference finals, I mean,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. That's a song, right? Sorry, anyway. Sorry.
He's got Giannis. Giannis perhaps could go there. I mean, Otto Porter would be a nice fit there.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday would be a perfect fit there.
Yeah, Drew Holiday would be a great pick for them.
I wonder if he's too old though for his core. I wonder if he would pass on him.
I don't see why he wouldn't go with Memphis because they have playoff success now. So
no, I mean Jeremiah. Maybe Jeremiah would pass on Drew.
Yeah,
probably not.
Not got absolutely loads of cap space this offseason. What's he got? 15.
No, but he can because he can not accept Ersan.
Oh yeah,
he'll have a max.
23. And then he could move some players. He's got a lot of depth though. I mean, like Justin Holiday is a pretty good, bench.
Satoransky.
Satoransky, Davis.
That's a good signing. That was a recent signing. Satoransky's
actually, Ilias, I might, if I'm him, I'm not in a rush maybe to sign anybody this year. Actually, I know they had playoff success, and you want to build off that. But with like the bench he has, he'll have a ton the next offseason. Because look at that, there's only 49 million because everybody's on a rookie contract besides Jokic.
The only problem with that is that then he only has one shot to use his cap space because the offseason after that, if he strikes out, Cat's going to get his extension.
Well, then he would too, because we don't do it. You know what I mean?
The caps. Yeah, the cap holds. You're right.
Yeah.
The cap hold isn't that big. It's only 8.5, which is.
That's how I'm looking at my that's how I'm looking at my Celtics at the moment. Yeah, I've got about 2 years. I've got this year and next year to sign a free agent, and then my window is closed.
Yeah, the free agent window is the real thing.
I don't know if I was him, and assuming he can't get Giannis, which should obviously be first, I would push hard for Drew Holiday. I think Drew Holiday would be a perfect fit for him.
Better than Marcus anyway.
Especially if like any one of Cat, Jokic, or Mitchell take an even bigger step next year, this team could be really scary actually. Or all three of them do.
Yeah.
That is a terrible inside defense, isn't it? But they could certainly score. I hate Jokic's defense. It's just so painful to watch.
Yeah, did you watch the pseudo playoff game between him and Cat in the last season? That was a great game.
Great game.
But Jokic his defense was so bad.
Yeah. Okay. He's a brilliant offensive player though.
Apparently,
what do you guys
hang on a second. Memphis will be the second best team in 2 years' time. And the second best team in 5 years' time. Oh, by the way,
who's going to be better than Memphis?
Super happy to see that result.
Oh, no offense, Ian. I think Memphis is the upper hand at this point.
You think? Yeah. This was before Donovan Mitchell, maybe the survey, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's crazy.
Yeah, he does look. He looks like. I think he looks like Dwayne Wade that can shoot a three better.
I agree.
Yeah. Memphis mentioned anywhere here. Switch roster. People would switch rosters with him.
Well, Jeremiah's got to be one of the best GMs.
He's got good knowledge.
Memphis was a wasteland before Jeremiah took over. I remember that. They might have been. So true. They were like the Detroit of the league.
3 GMs in a row that just sucked.
Say again?
You had like 3 GMs in a row that were just terrible.
Yeah.
And Jeremiah.
Although, can I just gloat for a second because I got Jamal Murray off of Memphis.
Did you really?
Off Jeremiah?
In exchange for peanuts.
If you are talking about a pick, I don't accept that.
I got pick number 6, yeah, for Korkmaz, Zagorak, and Jaren Grant.
Wow.
That
was one of my best trades, I think.
Well, I didn't know Jeremiah had ever made a bad trade. That's not a good one.
That is, he moved down 7 spots for Jaren Grant and what?
Yeah, that was a historically bad trade. That one, I think. If it wasn't for the 2016 draft, my team would not be anywhere near as impressive.
7
is now.
spots for the 32nd. Like, I don't know. That seems like a dumb trade, even at the time.
That's what I
Anyway.
thought so too.
Anyway, Miami Heat, the Twin
Ooh.
Towers of Miami Beach.
Stash Brothers.
So is it a foregone conclusion that Steve Adams resigns? Because if I was Steven Adams, I would not want to resign with this team.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. It didn't make sense for him to trade for Cantor.
You wouldn't resign with them? I think they're all right.
No, I mean, I don't think Steven would want to resign.
Steven Adams.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got John Collins, who's a big man, up and coming.
Mm-hmm.
They've got Cantor, and then they have everybody who's so old.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Randolph, Dwayne Wade, and Ariza are like three, all.
I mean,
old.
whoa. He's got Michael Carter Williams under contract next season.
Yeah, okay.
And yeah. But at least he's got some cap space though. So you could watch small forwards and shooting guards you could look at. And that's probably the strongest crop of.
He's probably gonna have to
season.
I mean, I guess he could overpay for Covington, maybe. Maybe he overpays for. I don't know. I don't even know. There's no one else really available. Maybe he overpays for Joe Ingles. If Mirotic opts out, he could give him a big contract.
Yeah, but I mean,
JJ Redick, maybe.
But Ariza's rated better than Ingles.
Well, Ingles should be an 80 at least. Ingles is so underrated by the people in our league. It's ridiculous.
That playoff series, like these playoffs, and even this season, he was so good.
He's been fantastic in the playoffs like last 2 years. He was fantastic last year.
Yeah, I was so happy when I got him for $5 million.
Well, you're gonna lose him.
Probably, although I will try and re-sign him. I think.
I don't know. I think this team's relatively hopeless unless they get a nice young free agent this year.
Let's just relive the fact that Miami traded LeBron for Dwight for Cantor.
Oh, that was just. Oh my God!
Did they make the playoffs this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
He lost round one though.
He's got that going for him though. If he's able to keep Adams, and then he has got Collins and Dragic and maybe like a nice free agent signing, his team could be okay. But that Cantor contract, good God.
Yeah, I really wanted to hang on to Cantor because I do like him.
Will you shut up?
I get sentimental. Has he got his draft pick? Yes. 19.
Oh, but he doesn't have one of his future draft picks.
Do you have it?
That would belong to me. That would be mine.
I think I could tell by the inflection of your voice. Oh, very good.
Nothing makes me happier than going over to Miami's roster to the year I have their draft pick and seeing Enes Kanter $36 million. Between him and Gordon Dragic, they would be paying $72 million to players who are over 33 years old. It's fantastic.
Drink it in.
All right, let's check out what Brian has to say about Milwaukee.
All right. I think Glenn is. I'll preface this by saying I think Glenn's like one of the 3 best GMs in the league, but I think he blew it. I think he's blown it. If I was, I feel like for years Glenn has been kind of like on the tightrope between either competing now or saving for his future, and I felt like this is the year that he should have pushed all the pieces of the center of the table. If I was him, I would have traded DeJounte Murray. I would have traded one of Miles Turner or Lauri Markkanen, and he hasn't had a small forward for like the entire time he's been in D5.
True. Yeah.
I mean, this was his year, I think, and I think he blew it by not putting all the pieces of the center of the table.
I don't know. I think he could have just as good a year next year. I think depending on if Marc Gasol has a sort of Aldridge type, you know what I mean, like resurgence.
Yeah.
Because I think Memphis was tanking hard on purpose, and I could see Marc Gasol raising himself back up to like an 86, 87, 88.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think I would probably want to maybe play for my future with Davis at the 5 and Markkinen at the 4. Like that team would be dirty.
Oh,
But
God,
Beal
we've got
is-
Markkinen.
I mean, you're wasting Beal then. You're wasting Lou Williams. You're wasting Jeff Teague. I would go for it now if I was him.
Yeah, that T contract is really nice actually. Like, I'm not a fan of T, but for 10 million, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, he's got Markkinen as well. God damn.
Yeah, between Turner and Markkinen,
Who's tapping the microphone?
not me.
I think Milwaukee's been one of the most unlucky teams.
Yeah,
They haven't won a championship, right? I don't think they've ever won.
Correct. Yeah, they've not. But if you go back a few years,
they always have all their picks though. So
Well, he like I said, Glenn's a very smart GM.
See,
Don't
look,
get me
last
wrong.
year they were.
this,
Last year
this
they
is
were.
coming from the guy that traded him those players.
Yeah. I
Last year they
know.
were second seed and they lost to what's that, fourth seed Charlotte. And then the year before that, they lost to Charlotte. And then the year before that, they were first seed and lost to the fourth seed Bulls.
Oof.
So 2 years, then the Hornets and the Bulls. I mean 4 years.
Yeah. And the year before that, they were just eighth seed coming out.
I mean 4 years in the playoffs, the 5th year could easily be it. But like I agree with Brian actually, there might need to be some sort of consolidation
Yeah.
of assets here.
I mean, yeah. I was talking to Glenn earlier because he's now saying, "Oh, I want to blow up the team and stuff." And he was even saying, he said to me, "Send me an offer for Anthony Davis." And I was like, "But you guys are totally right. You should totally consolidate these younger guys into a veteran, or not even a veteran, just a better small forward option, and then
And
he'd
the
be
thing is-
absolutely incredible."
Yeah, he has the assets to do that and still have like, that one young chip that you could kind of put.
That's
your
what I'm
hopes
saying.
on between Miles or Laurie. Like I would keep one of Miles or Laurie, pretty much trade everything, but that,
Mm.
and get the best kind of forward or that you can.
But I think it might be too late now. I mean, maybe Marc Gasol does have like an Aldridge resurgence, but he could also just fall off the map next season. He might just be done.
I mean,
He's very
Powell
old.
played well. Powell played well into his old age. Powell's still in the league, so
Yeah, but
Yeah.
genetically that might bode well. I don't know if it works like that.
yeah, Marc Gasol's going to be 34 at the beginning of next season.
Yeah, but he's not like an athletic type player,
No, that's true.
Dirk-like, isn't he?
That's true.
He just plants himself.
He's got a 2-inch vertical.
Yeah. If it goes down to 1.5, I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, true. But yeah, cap space is all gone, but that's fine.
I mean, I like DeJounte Murray. I think is gonna be really good.
What I love is that, like, Glenn's just been really consistent with keeping this team, and so when he said he was going to blow it up, I was hoping he doesn't.
Anyway,
Yeah,
let's
so-
check out.
Hang on a second, they've got some survey things, so people do
sorry.
think he's going to still be the best team in 5 years.
Well, Beal
Um,
and AD will both be, well, they're both like 30 then, so yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
He's got some switch roster votes.
Yep.
And that's it. Okay,
Minnesota.
crashed out of the playoffs.
So-
this year.
Speaking of worst contracts in the league, Jay Crowder,
Oh my god, yeah.
3 years remaining, $75 million.
I
Wow.
think it's an overpay, but I don't think it's even in the top 10 of worst contracts.
Really?
Really?
I mean,
I don't think I can name
could
10 worse ones.
I mean, we already got the big two. Don't go make me say Cantor and Rose again. Then you got like probably everybody in the Clippers.
Kanter is better than Jay.
That's already like 6 or 7 contracts.
Enes Kanter's paid like twice as much as Jay Crowder, though, too.
But
Fair.
fair enough. How do they do in the season, Minnesota? I don't think they did as well. They're 6th seed. Last season was their best season. They were like 2nd or 3rd or something.
I felt like they've overachieved though, like
Yeah.
record wise.
Last year.
Yeah,
Oh, they were
I feel like
2nd
this year-
last year.
yeah, like I don't know, 59 wins.
That's incredible.
I think this year is more about like where they are. Like they don't really have that superstar to take them all the way.
They even got to the conference finals.
It really
Well,
depends if Blake can like prove himself.
Blake is declining too. He's gonna be
Yeah.
falling off the map.
I don't think that rating is ever going to go up again. That's for sure.
I think it's
Kinda
probably
like-
gonna go down.
Like a
What'd
bunch
you
of
say,
good.
Al?
Like, they're kind of like Toronto of the West. Like there's tons of good players, but like not nobody to get them over the hump.
Yeah.
At least he has some young guys though. That trade he made, Scal for Torian Prince, was a great trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Tory.
Chris Dunn's improving.
And Chris Dunn, yeah.
I think Walt's one of the few guys who holds on to all of his picks. Oh no, he's traded away a second.
I don't know if he's ever traded away first.
Oh yeah,
He
I
loved-
can't remember.
And he's like
Yeah.
capitalized off it. He's always gotten like someone falls to him every year.
So we think Bledsoe opts in or out.
That's a big question, isn't it?
Probably in actually.
I
would
say
think.
in, yeah.
I don't know if anyone's gonna pay him that much.
I say in, but it'll be close because he might be like looking for that long term. I don't know.
Yeah.
This would be the time to strike to be a long-term contract for him.
And
So-
what do you guys
so
think?
bad.
CJ stays?
Oh yeah, probably, yeah. But yeah, he does have to resign him this year.
Yeah, because didn't he trade away Oladipo?
I think at one point Walt had Oladipo, CJ McCollum, and Devin Booker on his
Yeah, he
team.
did, yeah.
That's crazy.
Let's go back a few years on that. Yeah, let's have a look.
At the risk of offending Walt when he inevitably listens to this, I think he may have kept the worst one out of the three.
I agree. Also at the risk of offending Walt.
I don't.
To be fair, that's hard to predict.
I think last season I still might have even taken CJ, but I think obviously for the future you take Booker.
Depot,
Really, I would take Depot over Booker at this point.
Booker.
honestly.
Oh, I'm just talking. I mean, Depot's a given. I just meant between McCollum and.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's not his fault about Depot. I would have traded Depot last offseason too.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Man, those three shooting guards on one team. Because shooting guards are hard to come by as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the three best ones for the next 10 years. Or he had them.
Quinn Capella has been playing really well though. That was a really good draft.
I think that's the D'Antoni effect, though. I don't think if Clint Capella played anywhere else in the league, he wouldn't be as good.
I
Oh.
disagree. I think
don't know.
Clint Capella's a very good player.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I think that
Jordan,
only helps him. But
same role.
mhm.
Yeah, I think he's overrated because of D'Antoni, but I think he's still solid. And whoever Will drafted him, it was like a really good pick. I think.
Did Walt draft him?
I believe.
No.
So. No?
I think he was drafted by, I want to say Charles.
I think it was 2014. Was
I think you're right.
It was with one of the picks I got from James, actually, one of the seconds in
You
that
sure,
Call Me
you
trade.
sure about that?
Yeah, because I've got it on my team history.
second round, 36. Interesting.
Yeah, he was the 2014 San Antonio second. He sent me in that trade.
Capella
Wow.
and Jokic.
So, what do you think that the move that Minnesota makes is? They
Oh,
re-signed.
God.
They re-signed McCollum. They probably let. I mean, he took Darren's bird rights, but I guess you just try and re-sign him and just to have him. 'Cause he
I
had a
mean,
good year.
There's no
After he
benefit
re-
to not re-signing him.
After he re-signs McCollum, I mean, what's he going to re-sign him for? I think it's what's the max again?
It's like
Do you
25.
think you'll go for the max?
Oh, yeah. I'll
Yeah.
offer him a max if Walt doesn't offer him a max.
So plus 24.8, and then I mean it's getting up there because the hard cap's going to be about 175 next season. So yeah, he's going to start to run out of options a bit.
If I was Walt, I would try to do a Blake trade, honestly.
Yeah, me too. I'm so
That'd be-
not high on Blake Griffin at the moment.
And this would be the year to trade him, so you could trade away his bird rights too. But I mean, that's a tough trade to make. to give
Yeah,
up
but
on
I agree with
competing.
the bird rights. You got to do it now.
And I bet somebody would take him for a high price too. He's still a big name.
Yeah,
I'll
he's got.
take him.
You'll take him?
I need a power forward. Maybe yeah.
Blake Griffin for Ben Simmons?
No. But yeah, what would I give up for him? Because I'm not very high on Blake, but that high rating would be good.
All right, let's get down to the
The most
Pelicans.
talented team in the league.
Gordon Hayward and the Pelicans.
I
It was
did
actually Jarrell Martin in the Pelicans.
Jerome. Jerome Martin, I think he was good in college. I liked him. Yeah. Who was he? Was he LSU? Yeah, he was.
Yes. Yep.
I did a nice post about these illustrious.
That was some
players.
nice love. My team hasn't gotten that much love since I've joined. D5. That was the most
What
anybody's
post was
ever written
that?
about my team.
It was like in the big down your players or something. I don't know how. I just was like scrolling through the rosters. And wow. Because I was really just trying to see how well my Dallas pick was going to
Oh,
do.
I remember that post. That was in like the general discussion or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I won't find it. Yeah, your team is
No,
not
it's-
very
It's
impressive.
been big down your guys.
How dare you?
But Gordon Hayward, love that guy. And you got tons of cap space, although I'm guessing you're not going to be going for any free agents this year, or will you?
Oh,
Is
I
it too
mean,
early?
it's never too early for a good value, for a good bargain.
Can I just point out that on the Pelicans in D5 statistics, Darius Miller, who I don't believe is in the is he in the NBA?
Oh yes, he is. He's
Okay.
He's playing very well for the Pelicans. He shot 40% from three. He's
Wow.
very good for the Pelicans.
Well, in D5, Darius Miller leads the Pelicans in both points and field goal percentage at 41%.
He really
Oh,
does.
it's realistic. It's realistic.
And that's the team leading percentage.
What's Thon Maker shooting?
He
I'm
leads the
curious.
team.
35%.
Oh, there we go, Thon. That's what I liked. Tank Commander.
Shooting higher from free throw.
I have to try and not laugh too loud because my wife is asleep. Although thankfully I'm in the next room. But
Luckily, I wasn't stupid enough to trade my own picks, so I have a way out of this.
yeah, nice
What do you
one, man.
do next year? Like you can't tank and have Gordon.
Well, we'll see what happens with Gordon, but this will probably be my last year extreme taking. I just got lucky with his injury this year.
Lucky.
Otherwise I would have competed, or at least tried to.
Your team looked good at the start of the season.
Well, once Hayward got injured, I blew it up because I knew it was over.
Yeah.
I'm a big Exum fan though, so
Oh, me too. He looks so good in those playoffs.
if you can stay healthy.
I think that might be the biggest mistake I've made.
It's like I think that's the only trade you've really lost in D5, Ian.
Yeah.
Well, it has yet to come to fruition.
I love Dante though.
I wouldn't call him losing it yet. Dante's played like 20 games.
Yeah, but he only got George Hill back, and George Hill's not. He's nothing.
I'm probably not going to re-sign George Hill. Or maybe I will, but yeah, only if he's cheap.
So you have the number 4 pick in the draft, Brian.
Number 3.
Oh, sorry, the number 3. Who are you eyeing?
Oh, I can't. I got to throw up some major smoke.
I feel like at 3 you kind of can because 1 and 2 is going to be Ayton and Bagley.
Ayton and Bagley?
No,
Sorry, I'm sorry, Doncic.
Yeah,
If I was you, I would probably take Doncic. No, sorry, Bagley. If he's available. But mind you, Mo Bamba is so awesome. And the Celtics want him. And like if he actually went to the Celtics in real life, he'd be.
If the Celtics traded up into the top 5 to draft somebody, that's the person I'm going to draft, no questions asked.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not smarter than Danny Ainge. I'm not going to pretend.
I mean, didn't the Celtics also try and trade 4 first-round draft picks to take Justice Winslow?
But they didn't.
Well, only because it was rejected.
There is that, yeah. God, imagine if those draft picks ended up being Jason Tatum and just for Justice
One
Winslow.
of them was Jaylen Brown, I think, actually, that they offered.
Fuck that. Yeah.
Anyway, no hints, Brian. Who are you gonna take?
I'm deciding between two players, either LiAngelo or LaMelo are my two front runners.
Boo.
No,
Heard it
I
here first.
got to make sure they're not picked in the top two. There is one guy that I really want, but
I mean, is there any way he gets drafted? And all right, you probably want. I feel like you're a guy who would take JJJ.
JJJ.
You remind
He's
me of
lucky it's
Sean
not
Kemp.
Look, it's not. It's Jaren, not like Karen
Karen.
Caxon, Cunha. I don't know.
You're not a fan of Jaren
JJJ's.
Jackson. Is that what you're saying? You're not a fan?
No, I'm not saying it's Jaren Jackson. I'm not saying it's not Jaren Jackson.
I am. You know, I'm not a fan of Trey Young.
Ooh,
Same.
ooh.
It's not high in that guy.
Too small.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the guy I'm talking about.
Well, then
None
take
of
him.
Can't beat players in the NBA. He's like a
Well,
one dude.
I'm getting a flashback to the 2009 NBA draft. Steph Curry's too small. Steph Curry can't shoot. He
What-
get a
what-
shot off against better players.
Drafted? Let's go to that draft.
What's that?
So what year was Jimmer drafted? We can talk about that draft.
Yeah.
Well, he's on the Pelicans.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Jimmer will mentor him. I'll re-sign Jimmer.
All right, let's check out the Knicks real quick.
Yep.
We got actually really like last year coming into this season. I thought they had some really nice pieces.
They do. They got DSJ. He's going to be amazing. Well, I think he's going to be really good.
Rubio, they're paying a lot for, but
Nurkic
But-
is alright.
But between Gordon and Heald and I guess Kennard and Bender, I've got some decent young
Covington's
talent.
there. Although he's opting out probably.
He's
They
gonna
really
leave.
just do so much. They did so much worse than you would expect.
He's like another team that's like trying to play both sides. Like Markieff Morris is somehow still on his team with Rubio, and then
I
he's
think
all
that's
these
just-
other young guys.
I think we can tell by the survey that's probably because of laziness. He was just- which GM should be more active? Spike Lee.
I mean,
don't know.
at least he
I
has
don't know.
he has all his own draft picks. He's all his own picks.
And he's
He
a
doesn't have any
pretty
extras, but
decent drafter. It looks like. I don't know if he's been.
is he though? I'm looking
I
at
don't
his
know. I
team
don't know
like
if he's drafting these players. I mean, between Gordon,
Frank Kaminsky's more or less a bust. Bender's more or less a bust. Baldwin's more or less a bust.
God,
Yeah.
Bender sucks.
Kennard's not looking so great.
Bender
how
even
about
sucks.
OKC? Sorry to just.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I think he's going to get rid of Durant.
I almost
Really?
had a big trade for Durant. That
No.
didn't.
Don't you dare get Durant. That's it. That'd be over for the Eastern Conference for the next 20 years or something.
Yeah, Durant and Westbrook would definitely win multiple titles together. That's,
As you know what, they were just missing Paul George and Chris Middleton, so it might just happen. But,
I think the DeMarcus trade worked out well for him though. I think that was a
Agreed.
smart trade.
I think I would not move Durant. I think between Gary Harris and WCS and Randall, and he has Terry Rozier. Like he's got like a lot of young pieces that he could also consolidate, maybe / just like ride them out and see how they develop.
I think he's trying to rebuild without tanking in a way.
Yeah.
He wants
He's got
to.
a great start to it.
Yeah, he's done well.
He needs to make some more trades though.
Yeah. Number of times I tried to get Rozier off him.
Oh, same.
He
Randall's
is paying
doing
a lot to randomly like Aflalo and Lawson. I don't know, 30 million to those guys.
Ty Lawson. Damn.
Oh,
Where's he now?
China. Oh no, he's not in China. He played in the
Oh, wait.
playoffs this year. Yeah, you're right. I forgot. I think he was in China though.
Does he have his pick? Not that it makes a difference much to him, but yeah.
Huge Gary Harris fan. I think that's like the perfect player to have for Durant.
I agree.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting back on the topic of worst contracts in the league though, that Brandon Knight deal though.
I was gonna say this is possibly the year where maybe he recovers. Did he play this year at all?
I don't
No,
think
I
so.
don't think so.
I mean, if he doesn't do, I mean, this is his make or break year. So it's either absolute trash contract or not.
As the person who signed him to that contract, I think I can finally put the verdict down. It's an absolute trash contract.
Did you? Yeah, you traded him this year, right?
I signed in that big summer when the cap spike went up. I signed him and I signed Brandon Knight to like $100 million over 5 years, like Alec Burks to like 4 years, like 70 million, and I traded them both away like 2 months later.
So OKC. Oh wait, no, sorry.
You know, here's where I think that that rule that was proposed earlier by, I think it was brought up by Alex, but I've been pestering you about this. That 125% rule, or was it 150%? Like for Robin Lopez, I don't think that OKC has his bird rights. I could be wrong, but that's like a huge hole for no reason. Like he would easily resign Lopez, you know, to 150% if he could.
But then what's the point of bird rights even?
To let you go over the cap. I mean, to give you that 5th year too, or whatever. Or are we doing 4? It's the 5th year, right?
Well, let's discuss this some other time. I don't even know the ins and outs of it, because I mean, the whole thing about bird rights is that it's to make people be a bit more loyal to their players and stuff. But anyway, Orlando.
He's got to keep Gobert. He's got a lot of people expiring between Gobert, Schroeder, Depot.
I mean,
I wonder how much Schroeder gets this offseason.
He got the most to lose this offseason, I think.
How much do you guys think he's going to get?
Who?
Schroeder. Like, I don't know if I would sign him at all.
Yeah, I think he gets a kind of bargain. I would say he probably goes for around like 12.
12?
What, you don't think so?
I think high teens, maybe. But...
Yeah, 15 to 20.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Just because of how well he played for Atlanta this year.
Did he?
He's like their leader this year.
Well, they didn't have anybody else.
Led them to the 3rd worst record in the NBA. It's a pretty good job.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's 19 and 6 assists. It's pretty good.
He's not a 3-point shooter at all, though.
He's Rondo.
Without the things that makes Rondo good.
without the IQ, yeah. But yeah, Oladipo, he got so lucky with that trade last offseason, I think it was.
That's got to be the best trade, right? Over this last year, like indisputably.
Probably.
Yeah, it might be. Did people have him down as the next executive?
I mean, what else did he do though? He traded for Depot and Favors, and
he is also officially the laziest GM in the league. But Blake has been around since the pyramids, so he gets a pass.
Yeah, so for him, I think it just comes down to this offseason, just keeping everybody on board.
Well, he's got to make one more move to become a real contender.
Yeah, I agree. For years and years, me and Blake were like at the bottom together, and this year was the first year where we first started doing okay and got into playoffs the first season. But it seems like me and his team were both sort of tied to one another.
What do you guys think about Philly?
Philly reminds me of Atlanta, actually.
In real life, you mean?
No. Like D5 Philly reminds me of D5 Atlanta, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe a little worse.
Not bad enough to get the first pick, but not good enough to do anything with their regular season record.
Well, they got like Pirtle, Labissiere, Clarkson, Brogdon, or not Clarkson, but Pirtle, Labissiere, Brogdon. Those guys are like okay, like they're fine, but
I really am I'm from New York, so big Frankie fan.
But even at his best, he's just like a defensive guard. Like he's never gonna be a star.
No, I really think he's
quite young though, right?
Yeah, he's so young.
You think he's gonna be a star?
I think he could be a star. Yeah.
He'll be soon 20.
Like what kind of player would he be like? Can he like break people down off the dribble or?
Makes me think of Dante Exum a bit.
Yeah, I see him like Exum.
Yeah.
He's so long. It's like his wingspan's 7 feet.
Yeah.
and he's a point guard. And I think his shooting, his stroke looks really nice. I don't know if he's like strong enough. He's only 19 right now, but could be a bust.
Yeah.
I got my rose-colored glasses on, so
Yeah, Philly, have they got their pick and stuff? Yeah, they're up at 10.
10. It's pretty low, like a low pick for what you would expect.
Well, they're like Atlanta. They're in purgatory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but even worse, to be honest. I don't know how they got to that bad. Malcolm
If I
Brogdon.
was, yeah, I mean, if I was Philly, I'd probably just trade everybody away. Honestly,
To be honest, like signing Glenn Robinson to that contract is really inexplicable.
yeah.
That was last off season, and
He had one good. He had one good off. Like I think he had a good series or something with on the Pacers, right? I could be wrong. I thought he
Was
did.
it even that? I thought it was like just because his dunk contest was cool. Maybe.
no, he did play pretty well in a certain series, I think. And I
He
was
doesn't play at all now, though, does he?
I was pretty pissed off that Philly took him from me because he was my draftee. I kept him on my team from when I drafted him. But
Yeah.
looking at that now, I'm so glad that I didn't sign that.
He only plays 14 minutes a night
Let's
now.
let's get to the Suns and
Is Kyle Kuzma rookie of the year?
honestly, for someone who got, who has the worst record in the league, I think he has a lot more assets than some of these other teams.
Yeah. I
Like
mean, all his terrible players are at least young and have a future.
Yeah, Terrence Ferguson, is an asset.
Yeah, I love that.
Caris LeVert, another
I
asset.
really like LeVert. I really like him.
Dion, an unknown. He did have that one good season in Miami recently, but kind of fell off. And then Kuzma. And Lyles isn't.
Lyles isn't bad at all.
Yeah, I like to look at Lyles. Like lost some weight and he looks a lot more quicker and stuff.
And Deonta Davis is pretty bad, but I don't know. This was his rookie year, right? He's on the Grizzlies. He could be good.
Was this his rookie year? I thought he's been around for a while.
All right, you know what? I'm wrong. Yeah, this was his sophomore year.
Who do we think Phoenix takes it for?
I think he takes Bamba or Jackson.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think he takes Trae Young at 4.
To be honest, every single position he could fill. So
yeah, pretty much every position.
God, that Dwayne Wade contract. That is officially the worst contract in the league.
No, it's Cantor.
No, look at that. I mean, I guess it's only for another 2 more years.
Yeah, it ends 2 years early.
But you get literally nothing.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
I got a first-round pick for taking that contract on, and I think I traded it to Jared for 2 seconds.
Nice.
Yep.
Well done.
Hustling.
That's a Sam Hingie move.
Yep.
All right, Portland this offseason, they've got Ryan Anderson to resign, but I doubt they even tried to.
They made the playoffs. They made the playoffs, and they got a lot of cap space and a lot of veterans as well. So,
well, they're definitely going to get one of Whiteside or DeAndre. I gotta think.
I agree.
And
yeah.
No
one else really too notable on that team except, Kyrie. I'm surprised they didn't have I guess because Kyrie played too many games this year. Terrence Ross, that's a random contract.
That's a terrible contract. Well, it's not terrible, but it's not good.
Most of their team is expiring.
Yeah, so he probably just, tries to re-sign Redick, maybe even Anderson for cheap, and then goes for big man and comes back with Kyrie, Redick, like Whiteside, with a decent supporting cast.
I'm not sure if that's really going anywhere, though. But
I mean, probably not. But what else do you do?
Trade Kyrie for as much as you can get.
Oh, this is the year to trade him if you're going to trade him.
I feel bad because I can't remember why Paul George left Portland last year, but
didn't he lose round 1 or something like that, or get swept?
Something like that.
I think what happened was, Portland had been such a successful team for so long that by going in the first round, people are like, "Oh, Paul George wouldn't stay there now." Because I don't know.
God, it's 1 a.m. here. on
Oh,
a
Yeah, we-
school night.
I'm trying to push us through these.
Yeah, let's get
Yeah,
let's
no,
get moving.
I appreciate it.
Sacramento, some terrible contract. And Thad and Bradley, but overall a decent core between. Not a big fan of Wiggins, but he's still a good young player.
I think that trade's gonna look awful in a few years. Otto Porter for Wiggins. That's gonna look really bad
For who?
for the team that got Wiggins.
You don't like Wiggins, yeah. I think next year Wiggins will put it together a bit better.
I think he's terrible now, but I do think that he still has potential.
Yeah.
As long as you're not paying him what the Wolves are paying him.
Ugh, what were they thinking? That's a D5 move right there. Just signing your young player to a
James.
max, no matter
James,
what.
how many trade offers did I give you for Wiggins back in 2015 and stuff?
So many.
Oh my god, I was trying to get him so bad. And now, yeah.
Did he offer you Embiid for him?
Oh, for sure.
Did
Oh.
I? Yeah,
I don't know. Actually, I
I
can't
probably
remember. But
did.
you were giving me like the boat.
Yeah, no, I don't think I would have done Embiid, but I definitely probably would have.
I mean, I think this was early on, like before Embiid was like even had played a minute.
Yeah,
Like as soon as Embiid played a minute, I started offering for you, and you would not hear us anything.
no. But yeah, the amount of stuff I tried to give you for Wiggins, I definitely would have given you the draft pick that became Ben Simmons.
Yep. Well, maybe he
but,
wouldn't have became Ben Simmons.
But that would have that was just luck anyway. But yeah.
But this team, the future, I guess they're just riding it out. I don't know. They're locked into a lot of long term here for their starting five.
Try
I
to
mean,
trade Bradley if you can.
Rating wise, it's actually a pretty good team.
Yeah.
Well, Bradley's gonna go down. He's gonna be like a high 70s guy.
They performed well against Denver this year, right, Alex? Did it take you to 7?
Yeah, they were up 2-1.
Hmm?
They were up 2-1 in that series. And then I won.
They gave you a huge scare, didn't they?
I mean, so really their hopes are on Wiggins. If Wiggins can turn it into himself into like an 85 player, then this team could be nice.
They're a contender if he does that, honestly.
Yeah. All right, Spurs getting that number 1 pick. Who do you guys think they
Luckiest
take?
motherfuckers in the world.
He's been trying to ship out Horford and Valanciunas. So does that mean he's trying to look for a big guy? They still have Rose, terrible contract.
I
Horford's
think,
not a good contract at all.
I think San Antonio are going to go for Ayton. Just judging by the fact that he's tried to get rid of these two.
But I mean, wouldn't you want to get rid of these guys anyways? Who wants those guys on that contract? I mean,
yeah, true.
Was Al Horford 3 years, 120 million? I like Al Horford, but
Yeah, that's actually one of the worst. Like,
at least he's good though. At least he's
yeah, I know, but he's also older, so 42 million 4 years from now could be scary.
I tried to trade Brook Lopez for Jonas, and he didn't want to do it.
I would have tried Brook
Really?
Lopez for Horford if I was you.
No, that's too much money. That's like
Well, you're losing your picks anyway. You might as well take as much money as you can. It's the same logic as you used to have.
And they got the 12th pick as well. It's going to be all right too.
Yeah, and he's not moving it either.
Well, yeah.
Good for him though, for getting number 1. If any team needed it, it was this team.
Yeah. It makes up for the fact that there's no more picks left for the next sort of 5 years.
It really was the perfect, JR leaves and the GM who hates picks, is the one who disappears. Then the number 1 pick after our trade, it was just it's like karma.
Yeah.
Toronto just lost.
Oh boy.
To me, I feel
Look
bad.
at that. Look at that second year.
Ugh.
Yeah,
That's over the
yeah.
hard cap.
So he has to make a trade, right? Or loses his draft pick.
Oh my god, yeah, you might be right. Huh. That might be the first time.
Does he have his draft pick this year? No, because Brian, you have it.
Yeah.
Next year, does he have it?
He has all the rest of them. I know because I tried to
he's
trade
got
for
the
them.
others.
Tried to get him.
Ian, do you know offhand what the rule is? When do you lose it?
So when the salaries progress to the next year, so July 1st, basically. If on July 1st that is over the hard cap, then you lose your pick.
And do you know what the salary cap is for this
Hang
upcoming
on,
offseason?
that might not work, because the rookie draft starts before July 1st. So
Well, I assume it would be if he stayed over the cap this coming season, he would take away his pick right before the draft.
yeah, I need to be. What was the rules on that? Let's have a look.
Yeah, we gotta pick some date.
Yeah,
should-
I feel like I did.
Start of the playoffs or something to assess the tax
Teams
bill.
forfeit if they own in the year they. Yeah, I need to make that more clear, don't I?
Yeah, if it's like the trade deadline or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, good point. That's a good time.
I'm not sure where I would go with this team though. I mean, I guess he's just got to ride it out. I guess, right?
That's all you got to do. Yeah, you can only
I
trade.
mean, he only has to trade like one player, to be honest. Actually, no, he doesn't need to. He could just not pick up Manus. He's only $2 million over it.
He's got a great team, but there's nobody really. There's no. It just doesn't seem to be enough to win a championship.
I don't know. It just seems so well-rounded, like 88, 88, 89.
And when
A lot of big
when
men, though.
my team won the championship in the first year, all of the players were in the 80s. Even KG was like 89, I think, that year.
Oh, well, I had the league, like, what was LeBron rated then? 99?
Probably not. I think it was 96 or something. Let's have a look.
Because I wonder how, like, have our ratings actually gone higher? Regardless, I think, yeah, too many big men, maybe. Vucevic,
I don't like
Like,
that trade. I mean, that contract's
playing-
terrible.
playing Draymond at the 3 and to have Vucevic at the 5, I don't know, it just seems weird.
I can see that, yeah.
I think he has to make a move. Like, he can't just write it out.
Trade away Draymond. Oh, he won't
But he
get
won't be
anything
able
for
to if
Draymond.
he's over the hard cap. So it should be interesting this offseason.
All right, let's check out the Jazz. Hopefully they try and keep Whiteside, but he might leave.
Yeah, of all the players who are likely to leave, I guess Whiteside.
That being said, they have the 8th pick. They still have Fultz, who I think that was a terrible solo trade, even though I was trying to do the same thing. Jason Tatum, amazing.
He's their centerpiece now, isn't he? He's like, that's a player to build around.
Zach Collins, RHJ.
This is a nice team. Like, they're set up really well.
I wonder why Billy King left this year. That was a surprise to me. I didn't see that coming. He seemed to get a bit pissed off about Whiteside potentially leaving, and then had a week of being angry about it, and then just resigned. So I was really surprised.
The thing is, though, like, long term, this team shouldn't resign Whiteside. They're better off without him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got all their picks and stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah, another year of tanking.
Yeah. Okay. Last team, Wizards.
The beautiful Washington Wizards.
Jonathan Isaac was a terrible pick.
I don't think so. I still like Isaac.
He picked him 5th, I think. Oh man.
That's a little high.
Which year was that? Was that? No, it was last. No, it wasn't last year, was it? It was the year before.
That was last year.
Honestly, he's actually really not in a bad position. For as bad as Tracy McGrady.
Is he not though? Because I have his first round pick next year.
Yes, but he has his own first round this year. It's number 5. He's still got Isaac and Russell as young pieces. I mean, D'Angelo
Is Russell
injured.
good? Is Russell
He could
any
be.
good?
I think he's got that injury. The jury's still out.
I would call him a bust at this point, honestly.
Who, Russell?
Well, maybe for his draft position, but I think he could still be, like fringe all-star kind of caliber at least.
Hmm.
Right? I don't know. What did he do this year? Let's see. Didn't shoot that well, but he was like injured half the year. He averaged 16 points.
That's
I
the story
saw-
of D'Angelo's year every year.
I
He
actually
didn't
saw
shoot that well,
D'Angelo
but he was
Russell.
injured.
I saw D'Angelo Russell in like November, the park where I play basketball.
Oh, amazing.
Wow.
He came to do a photo shoot.
See, I'd be
NBA
so
players, their legs are very skinny. Like you wouldn't think that.
like Iguodala.
But also, he's got TJ McConnell, a really good contract.
That's true. But then he's got JR for another year. That's dead money.
Yeah, but he's not doing anything with that money anyway. He's got Tim
Shumpert.
Hardaway.
Shumpert's dead money.
Yeah, that's dead money. That's true.
Boban's dead
JR and
money.
Shumpert.
He's
Well,
got Trey Burke and Dirk Williams contracts. It's dead money.
Tim Hardaway for $6 million a year is pretty good though.
He's okay. Yeah.
For $6 million a year, I just think it's a good contract.
I don't know. Do you guys think this is going to be one of the 5 worst teams in the league next year?
Mm,
I think D'Angelo
going
gets lowered.
I think I'm definitely going to target Larry Nance in free agency. I think he'd be good.
Yep. Okafor, I mean, he's finished.
He's not even going to pick up his team option.
He
Damn.
shouldn't.
Who did he trade for Okafor? Because I remember thinking
He traded the first round pick.
Oh, the future one next year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dumb.
What'd you get for him?
He traded the first round pick to Josh, and then when I traded Josh Wiggins.
Ah, that's it, yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got through this, but I gotta go.
All right, mate.
All right.
See you later. Thanks for joining in.
Yep. See you.
I think what we'll do for a later podcast, there were some other suggestions here. Well, we'll basically just do these suggestions. I think it'd be good to talk about the awards, who's going to win the awards. And who else was it? Well, basically just, instead of going through every team like we've done, just do some of these points here and then, yeah, see how we go. I think it's been good sharing my desktop doing this because people can see what's going on.
No, I like it.
We can go through the survey results perhaps as well a little bit.
Is there any way you can upload this onto like a podcast app, or is it just on the YouTube channel?
What'd you say?
Is there any way you can like upload the audio from this, or do you just upload the video of like on your YouTube?
I think it automatically just goes straight to YouTube.
Ah, gotcha.
Let's have a look. Yeah.
Well, did you end it? Is it still?
No,
Oh,
no.
it's still going.
I'll stop it now. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye. Love you. Bye.